gonna play some more Mono-Blue. Did really solidly with this deck yesterday. Actually ended up getting the 5-0 when I played my 5th match off stream. Trying out some slight changes. I put a 9th 1-drop and a Charter Course in, and moved the Surge Mares to the board. But other than that, very similar to yesterday. Excited to get some games in with this. Traditional Constructed. You will. Oh my god, Paul. Alright, let's do this. Oh, I've not got the sound effects on. I always turn them off when I'm playing off stream because I normally listen to like music when I'm playing off stream. But obviously playing on stream, I don't listen to music because I want like the VODs to be viewable. Be able to upload the content to YouTube and stuff. This hand is decent. Got Trickster, even if we miss an third land, we've got the Charter Course. We can fire off of the Trickster. We are apparently playing the Mirror. I guess they could be on Drakes. Probably the Mirror. Not really sure how the Mirror goes. If we're not playing blue-green, what's even the point of sound effects? Jeez. I don't know, Breeding Pool is a lot. Pool. Like, the sound on Breeding Pool is something else. I really want them to put a Curious Obsession on this, and then I can Trickster it. Blow up the Obsession. Alright. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I should put 4 Breeding Pool in this deck. I know we'd get the up. Oh, Lassie, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. I know we'd get the sweet sound effect. Sweet sound effect. But we would have the downside of our Tempest Djinns being weaker then, so I'm not sure it's worth. I guess I just want to fire this off at this point and start attacking. Because, like, we're gonna land a Djinn. Pushing damage seems really important. Simple solution, don't play Tempest Djinn. Aw, thanks, Lassie. I appreciate it. Welcome to everyone joining us. Assuming that Lassie was also playing Mono-Blue, then turns out we are continuing the Mono-Blue lifestyle over here. How did your stream go, Lassie? Alright, we have Tempest Djinn on an open board. We have double Retort up too, so I can just start swinging and not have to worry about Trickster. Hey, Carry-On. Good to see you. That sounds about right. Mono-Blue is just so good. Do I want to open double Retort or go Charter Course Retort? That sounds like the opposite of Fun Hunker Junk. Not gonna lie. This might be a bit risky. I'm gonna fire off the Charter Course though. Right, they don't have counter magic in hand. Interesting. They're just doing nothing with their turn. That's so absurd for us. Hey, Dokamoy. Good to see you. Ew. Alert. Alert. Ooh, different kind of alert.
/ timeout, Dokamoy.
Always timeout, Dokamoy. It did work, Paul. That's so weird. So weird that that worked. Alright, they get to start obsessing. But we have like a 2-turn clock here. I guess they have 3 spells in the yard, so they can actually make this huge next turn. Which is a bit scary. They have to try and not die. So I hit them for 1,000,000, and then I play these two. I kind of want to fire off an Opt and just try and hit an island. Because then I get in for an extra damage. And then, like, it's easier for me to upgrade my Pteramander next turn. I'm gonna do that. I think hitting an island here is just so good for us. So Lassie is mono-blue, just the truth. I hope it's the truth. I would really like to play this at my RPTQ. Wow. So we're going to have 3 lethal threats next turn. Seems gas. This is so aggressive. This is so incredibly aggressive. No blocks. It's sweet in the sense that mono blue is good and I could happily play it. I was really sad to hear about that result for Chantel though, because she is awesome. Her getting to the Mythic Championship would have just been like the best thing. It made me very, very happy. Alright, so they're just on the chump block everything plan. We can like counter a Trickster if need be. Yes, that sounds pretty reasonable. We have to be careful not to randomly die. 2, 4. Oh, they can make this a 5/5? Huh. No, they can't. They're 1 mana short. Okay. Interesting. Then next time they can only do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If they have a Trickster, we can retort it. If they have a second one, we can dive down if needed. This seems great. Obsession is nice, but have you played Tempest Djinn? Tempest Djinn is a hell of a magic card. Oh, am I upgrading my Pteramander? To eat that Pteramander? It might just be better to play a Tempest Djinn and then have Retort up. Honestly. So I feel like this game's gonna end within like the next turn. And that getting a bit of card advantage just isn't that relevant. I'd rather just be using all my mana. On like multiple things rather than just one thing. Hey there, Amy. Good to see you. Glad you can make it. This is still incredibly aggressive. Resolves. I want to have Retort open, right? How am I? I'm doing really well. Yeah. Awesome. Got the win. Post board, huh? So I've never played this matchup before, and it's not entirely obvious what's good. I am Love Jane. This deck is delightful. As embarrassing as it is to admit that. Maybe Essence Capture is just insane. It's probably worse on the draw. The opponent's on the mirror. Glassy. We are playing the mirror. Sleep comes in. I'm not sure. Sleepy seems bad against counter magic. Not 100%. Oh yeah, Exclusion Mage to fight over the thing. But that makes their dive downs good. I think I need to trim my dive downs. See ya, Paul. You remember when this was a Durdle stream? Durdle stream, best stream. I remember when this was a Durdle stream. I miss those times. Now we only kill our opponents. Dive down's fine as a combat trick, that's true. I honestly have no idea what's good in this matchup. I feel like I just need to play it more to get a feel for it. Like, everything feels kind of fine. Search maybe, because the game's gonna go longer. I'm not sure the game is... It feels really hard to keep everything your opponent's doing under control. I feel like it's gonna turn into a race of some kind, or a fight over obsession. Like one of the two. I don't know. Trickster. Actually seems decent. Why is Search in the deck? Alex Haim was playing one, it looked fine. Oh, fun. I had a treasure map in the sideboard instead. Yesterday, and I kinda hated it. I suspect I will probably not like the Search either, but I'm not sure what else to put in that sort of grindy slot. I've seen people play Jace Cunning Castaway. Maybe that's better. Jace is like kinda neat. I'm gonna attack. If they Trickster me, I can just like fire off this Essence Capture. I guess it's a bit worrying because then they can resolve a Djinn, but then we can also like resolve our Djinn. It's not the end of the world in that regard. Getting a 2-2 going is like kind of fine. Jace is super good. I could actually imagine that. Just like people board in lots of removal and Jace is hard to answer. Sigh and resign to the futility of it all. Wow, Bobbin. The mono-blue nihilism is so real. Okay, they bottomed a card. That is a 4/4. It's pretty scary. God, Trickster is such an obnoxious magic card. Just like looking at these Tempest Djinns, thinking how much Trickster messes everything up. Ooh, no attacks, huh? This dive down could be nice. Mono-blue nihilism. Kill your opponent, but also God. Wow. Huh. They're just taking it. They're worried about Trickster. Interesting. Alright. Hey there, Donut. It's great to see you. Hope things have been going well for you. Whatever you've been up to. Ooh, this is kind of nice. We can Trickster the Djinn and then they don't get to attack for their obsession. If they have a dive down, they get to fight over it though. But anything else and they don't get to fight over it. Through our Spell Pierce. Nice. Please don't have Spell Pierce. God damn, they have the Spell Pierce. Ugh. Yikes. Yikes. I think we're dead, chat. I think we're just dead. This is real magic, it really is. 5 spells on the stack and every pip of them is blue. Not even a single piece of generic mana in there. What a world. Alright, I suspect we're dead, but we will see. Maybe their hand sucks, I say as they miss land drops. You sound disappointed to be dead. Not very nihilistic of you. Alright. Don't think that's gonna do it. So currently dead to a land drop, which is a thing, I guess. Also feel like I don't win the game by not attacking though. So I guess I just have to hope they don't have a land drop. That also plays. Maybe they have 5x counter spells, just like for three more spell pierces, you know. Spell pierce was kind of absurd that game. I don't know if we want our 4th one. This dive down did literal nothing. Dive down only interacts with like Exclusion Mage and Trickster. That's the problem. Chart seems like some nonsense. What makes you think chart seems like nonsense, Bobbin? Kind of wonder if I do want like an Exclusion Mage. Maybe Amy was right. Like you get into those fights with the Obsession, and then you fire off your Exclusion Mage after the fight. You feel like our mana is very stressed. Yeah, that's why I only have the 1 copy. I think the copy is honestly probably pretty good on the play. Definitely on the draw it seems awkward. Melody seems good. Does it seem better than Exclusion Mage? Melody plays into any dive downs they've left in. Or, like, Siren Stormtamer. Yeah, Mage does too, but you get a 2/2 out of it, and it costs less mana against, like, the 2 and 3 mana threats. Let's try this. Still kind of getting a feel for this matchup. I don't know, like, exactly what matters. Like, it's possible you just want the 4th spell pierce, because the games feel, like, kind of compact. Wow, this hand is great. Yikes. Melody on Pteramander is rough if it resolves, that's true. Stealing a Pteramander is kind of great. I don't know, I'm worried about Melody against, like, the fact that there's lots of 1 mana counter magic for it. Because also Spell Pierce just hits Melody really easily most of the time too. It feels like there's, like, 10-ish things that answer it really nicely. And I'm also worried about Melody against if my opponent boards an Exclusion Mage. They just get their creature back, and then we're, like, down cards in that exchange. But I don't know. I could still just see playing Melody being correct. The effect is certainly very powerful. Please don't have a pierce. Yep. Alright. Well, drawing a land would be excellent. For sure. This is not a very powerful hand we have here. Hopefully our opponent's hand is 5 lands and a Spell Pierce. We can just like match each other's draw steps for the rest of the game. That would be ideal. Tanking like their hand isn't 5 lands pierce. Yeet. Well, they have Trickster that's going to be pretty upsetting. God damn. God damn it. So we're going to lose our Obsession now. Obviously a dive down would have been excellent there, but a dive down would not have replaced any of the other spells we have this game, so realistically. Opponent's hand would still be bad. Wouldn't that make it worse though, Gabroth? I think that would make it worse. I think the word you were looking for is worse. No Deckmaster. Oh my god, this is the first time in like 3 arena streams where I forgot. Well, I'm not attacking Terry into the gym. I'm firing up Deckmaster. Should be up in a moment. So we have 1, 2... So let's get rid of this. Fire off an Opt. Start growing the Pteramanders. Alright, Deckmaster should be up. I don't really know how I win this game. But I don't feel like holding up Spell Pierce accomplishes much. Next turn, we have 3 spells in the yard, we can start growing the Pteramanders one by one. How good would Creature Pierce be? That would be kind of broken. I'm not sure they could print something like that, honestly. I think that would probably be too strong. Okay, I guess we are in some trouble here. I can do this, take 7, but then I'm still dead to the 2/2/2s next turn. Even after I make Terry. Don't know if I need to just block the Djinn to gain 5 life there. I guess I need to actually draw a 1-drop. Most likely. I don't know. Draw a Trickster. If I draw a Trickster, I can tap the Djinn. And trade with a 2/2. There are Max. There certainly are. So you have 3 spells in yards, so it's 5 to adapt to the Pteramander. So I guess I just need to cast both of my creatures and jump with them, so I can't actually win that game. Yeah. This is just over. That was rough. I don't know what mattered, like, I don't know how we're meant to board in the mirror. I felt like dive down was probably not very good. I don't know if I'm just meant to take out all the dive downs, but like that game it would have been good against the Trickster. It would have been very strong against the Trickster that game. But there were like game 2 we lost with a dive down in hand. And if you fall like really far behind on board, the Trickster becomes quite bad. The dive down becomes quite bad. Why are we playing events and not ladder? I might go do some ladder after this. Kind of felt like doing an event. I think I'm just gonna fire off the Stormtamer to start, because if I hit an island, it lets me hold open like Retort next turn. That is true, Sea Sparks. That's a good point. Definitely allows that. Just gonna hold open the capture and the Retort. Ooh, are they on some sort of controlling deck or flash deck? So I could just run out the Trickster, get some pressure going. Do they have a quench? Something? Interesting. Oh, it might be straight blue-white control. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I think I agree, Amy. Dive down doesn't seem great in the mirror. I'm not sure how many I'm meant to be boarding out, but it's definitely like at least a couple, it feels like.
Uwu hourly love.
Uwu. Hey there, all.
Oh yeah, I have to do this here too.
Hey Max. Thank you both. I'm not sure which of the notifications are for people who are actually resubbing and which ones are the ridiculous ones. But I appreciate you both for the continued support. Your one's fake and ours is real, or? Okay, just hit them for 2. I just want to keep holding open this Retort, I think. It means we're not hitting our land drops, which is a bit annoying, but... Yeah, still deserves hype, yeah, for sure. I'm just like, super happy with y'all wanting to support me, whether it's the ones that are Twitch being weird or not. I guess they get to reset this counter, it's whatever. We get to start beating down with this Trickster. Did you know that you can time out people in the announcements, new people? What do you mean, Lassie? I'm not sure I quite fully understand. Hitting a land... I think I want to fire off this Opt now. I just really want to hit my land drop. We've been missing lands for quite a while here. If I break, I can just play a 1-drop, and that's fine too. It means they can resolve something, which could be an issue. But I think hitting our land drop finally... You are both fake hype. Oh, right, Lassie. I think that was actually Paul timing out Dokamoy, to be completely honest. Icy's really good against Curious Obsession. Also against missing land drops, I guess. Alright. It was very well timed, yes. This is a weird game. Oh dear God. Can I please draw lands? Icy can be our mirror tech. Alright. Am I running all mismatched islands as much as it allows me to, Hunker Junk? There literally aren't enough islands on here to let you fully mismatch all of them. But I do have a fair few mismatched. One day I will draw a land. It will be a glorious day. Resolves. Yep. I guess if I fire off this obsession, I force them to tap something that isn't my island. I'm kind of into that. It gives me like another draw towards a land here. Alright. Nothing matters of this deck, might as well mismatch lands. If I do play this at the RPTQ, I'm going to try and mismatch my lands. I don't know where I'm going to find white-bordered ones, but... like, I feel like it's the only way to play this deck. I would like my Stormtamer not to die, please. The store's land box. I don't think it's at a store. I think it's being held at a hotel. Because it's like 100-person RPTQ. Are we losing to a Dom draft deck? It does feel that way. Sounds about right for Mono-Blue, right? Oh, nice job. Winning your RPTQ. Really well done. Okay, we can still attack with the Trickster. This is honestly kind of fine. We don't get to draw a card, but now we have mana again, which is just like something I've wanted for a while here. So I'm going to attack my Trickster, play the Djinn. Just like try and kill them when they have this Mystic Archaeologist in play. You could probably put together 20 mismatched lands. It's the correct way to do it. You have to make sure to mismatch with like, you need like white bordered and like scrappy ugly old lands, but you also need like, you know, unset lands mixed in there and full art ones. Make it just like a glorious mess. Tapping the Stormtamer, sure. This Djinn gets to start killing them. How many spells do we have in our yard? We have 3. So this is 5 to adapt. Ooh, and I can put this on here for the extra damage too. And now we have 2 obsession creatures. They can't ever keep both at bay. Awesome, Amy. Look forward to seeing it. One of your friends has the new unset lands and white border lands in one of their commander decks. Oh, cursed image. Of course, Donut. I'd love to meet you. That sounds great. And yes, I am going to be at PAX East. to actually answer the original question. Hashtag sponsored, etc. It's gonna be awesome. I like never thought I'd get to go to it. Oh wow, we actually get to cash in this Spell Pierce. This is so good. I guess they are not dead on board currently. Oh wait, they are, because this is the 4th spell. So now we can adapt Terry. You're usually opposed to mismatched lands, but you've stared into the abyss, and the abyss stared back into you. That's so deep, classy. Oh yeah, we can also just tap counter Icy. That is true as well. Anyway. We successfully just about avoided losing to the draft deck. But only just. Because, you know, Mono-Blue is such a high power level deck. Such a fearsome deck, indeed. It's quite disgusting, Prodigy. Melody seems bad against the Exclusion Mage deck. Can I tweet out the name of your opponents each round? Oh my god, Dokamoy. Wow. That's so brutal. I feel so betrayed. I also probably earned that though, to be fair. I don't even know that I want to change much in this matchup. Everything seems kind of great. Thank you, Amy. I'm not normally in favor of timing out Dokamoy, but, you know, in this one instance. I mean, you just gotta believe, right? You just gotta believe. Hey, we believed. We believed hard enough, chat, and we got there. Wow, Bobbin. That's so brutal. I love how that's quote 69 too. That's the perfect quote 69. You literally could not have a better quote 69. Hey there, Shop. Good to see you. Thank you, Amy. Oh, I have the best chat. Opponent missing land drops. 1/1s and 2/2s. Certainly being 1/1s and 2/2s. Don't think we really want that. Doesn't actually even change the clock. It's not particularly powerful. Which I guess could be said about a lot of the cards in this deck, if we're being completely honest. Alright. And they're dead next turn? No, they're dead in 2 turns. Trickster on top of all of this. Okay. Alright. Oh, we lost the mirror and we beat the draft deck. Do not feel like I've learned very much from this league so far. Other than to stare into the void. In order that the void may stare back into you. Keep the 1 of Herald. gas. This is it's a particularly good draft deck. Like, I'm calling my opponent's deck a draft deck. My deck's the real draft deck. This is like a 10 out of 10 draft deck. To be fair, there are probably a considerable number of draft decks this deck is basically incapable of beating. I'm gonna do this. It's like a bit scary because they could land a Wild Growth Walker. But on the other hand, we could draw 10 cards off our Phyrexian Arena whilst killing our opponent with it. So, you know. Just Google Nietzsche quotes for good mono-blue mood pieces. That is not a Wild Growth Walker. It's not even close to a Wild Growth Walker. I'm gonna bottom that. Want lands and Wizard's Retorts. Hey. Land, please. Hey, that's like the best card in our deck, so I guess I'll take it. I guess I'll take. Oh wait, we don't have a wizard yet, huh? Orc. Details. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, chat. Don't you worry. Do we even care about this? I guess it like gives them if this is free power, it gives them a 4-turn clock. I really want to hit a land, but I'm probably going to. I'm just going to fire this off and assume that I'm going to hit a land in my next 2 draws. Even if I don't, I'm probably still fine, realistically. Sick. This also speeds up my clock, like, a tiny bit. If I play red, I can play more wizards. Oh my god, we have 3 counter spells. I think in paper I would just put my hand face up on the table. I don't know. Maybe that's 2BM. But no. We can go away. I guess I could also just dive down that, and that's probably fine too. Maybe I'm just meant to do that. Doesn't matter too much regardless. You're like 11-1 versus Bug. It does not feel bad, I must say. Ooh, a wizard. What was I gonna say? How many Mist-Cloaked Heralds are you playing, Lassie? How many 1-drops? I kind of worry, after this game, I kind of wonder if I'm just playing too few. Like, Mist-Cloaked Herald is kind of nonsense. No Heralds, only 8. Interesting. Opponent. Why would you think that would resolve? Can you ship me your list on like Discord or something, Lassie? So I can take a look at it. Lol, opponent trying to cast spells. Oh. Ooh, Bobbin, thank you. Thank you for linking Lassie's list. I'll take a proper look at it after this league. It seems pretty solid on first glance. Awesome. Appreciate it, Bobbin. Whatever changes we want to make. Disdainful Stroke is awesome. I think Spell Pierce is pretty weak. Yeah. I think Entrancing Melody is pretty good. What are the final 2 cuts here? I could see just cutting a Mist-Cloaked Herald and going down a creature, and that being fine. Even though it was awesome that game. Like, the flyers are basically unblockable against them anyway. We want the horse. Do we really want the horse? I guess it's not blockable by green creatures, but it's also kind of mopey. Ah, cut 2 lands. That way you don't have to worry about drawing 2 of the same art. Good point, Dokomoy. We'll cut a land. Good point. I do not think that's the actual strat, but I buy into Dokomoy's excellent logic. You haven't loved the horse versus bug. Yeah, I'm assuming the horse is not good against them. This seems very mopey. Cut the 2 not unique arts for breeding pools. Yeah, I think it's just for the ground pounder decks, Bobbin. Like mono red, mono white. Is my intuition. It just blocks very well. Doesn't get killed by Chain Whirler. Or, you know, anything really. Alright, I guess we're not Charter Coursing. So we kind of just want to hold open counter magic now. Forever. They're going to pull ahead on damage a bit, but it's not too concerning. Maybe, exactly, maybe Wall of Mist is just broken. Surge Mare is just Wall of Mist, but better. Wall of Mist was already broken. What does that say about Surge Mare? Alright, this does not seem terribly encouraging to me. There's a good chance they're just going to fire off a removal spell on me instead. I think I'm just meant to keep holding open counter magic. Next turn we get to Charter Course plus counter spell. Attacking and not drawing a card is so much less exciting. Games are more interesting when you don't have Phyrexian Arena in play from turn 2. Wait, is this a matching land? It's not, thank God. We just get to draw 2 here. Keep holding open the counterspell. And then next turn we get to Tempest Djinn, hold open counterspell. Opponent learned not to cast spells. They've realized they're not going to resolve anyway, so what's the point? I respect that. If they have the stupid flyer, it actually gets annoying pretty soon. Ooh, we can grow our 1/1. Make it into a 2/2 here. Which is pretty nice. They're gonna resolve something. Ooh, let's get back the hostage taker. That's pretty sweet. Opponent has caught on to our ideology. We have 2 spells in the yard for Terry. Hey there, Lurch. I am strongly considering it for my RPTQ as well. The deck's pretty sweet. I'd love to go Djinn plus counter. I could play out things ultra conservatively and just go Terry plus double counter though. So I can fight back against the Negate. So I really don't want the hostage taker resolving. I think this is fine. Play things really safe here. We have so much counter magic protection. That's true, Skeptimist. I don't know, we put them to 10, and then I think Djinn kills them within a turn, because Terry, like, grows pretty large. I think this is fine. That's my suspicion. Thanks, Amy. I'll check those out later. This card doesn't do anything. So, they can definitely just go ahead and cast that one. We now get to tap this up way, hit them for 5. We could hit them for 9, which we're obviously not going to do, but... Interesting. So we have 3 spells in yards, it's 5 to pump this. Probably just want to attack all, play our Djinn, and then just like hope we get to untap here. If we do, we win the game. Maybe we don't even have to play the Djinn actually. No, that was bad. I guess we just don't play the Djinn, and then we'd like counter some stuff, untap, adapt to Terry, and they die. And we'd even have dive down protection. Yeah, casting the Djinn was probably bad. Now they could go like Duress Sweeper or something. Oh, that's true. The Trickster wouldn't guaranteed hit them, so we have to cast the Djinn. Yeah. You're right, Skeptimist. You're right. Because they can block the Trickster this turn. So we did have to cast this. Anyway. Nothing even mattered. At the RPTQ, you should get each opponent to sign one of your garbage islands. I don't know if that would count as BM. It might do. Only if you win. I mean, I'm hoping to win. We will see. Oh my god, Amy! That picture is so beautiful. That makes me so happy. Dear God. That's incredible. Oh, the mismatching lands are truly glorious. I think I meant to keep this. It's obviously like a bit awkward, but it has a lot of upside. If the Charter Course is even like slightly kind to us. You can't intentionally play all mismatched islands and then pretend you don't want to BM your opponent. I guess that's a reasonable point. Get rid of the island. Tricky. Now it produces salty blue mana. Oh my god. Alright, get to hold open our Trickster, hold open our Retorts. Sadly, Trickster's not terribly good with the Obsession. Because they can block it down so easily. Oh, thank God, they're not doing anything. If they don't have a cast down, we get to fire off the Charter Course and have Retort up now. Which is so nice. I don't think I want to Obsession, because this is so easy for them to kill. Selene.
I'm sure this already happened this month, but still woo.
I'm pretty sure it did. I'm not like 100% sure though, but I still appreciate the continued support. Whether it happened before or not, it means a lot to me. There's like a weird thing happening, Selene, where everyone can have a sub-message again because of, like, the new system that they're implementing. So it makes it look like you're sending the sub-message for the first time, even though you haven't. This is kind of nice. I can just do my Curious Obsession this turn. I could also just, like, Djinn plus Retort, though. But drawing cards seems kind of busted. And I've got the Trickster to push creatures out of the way, too. Yeah, this is great. Wait, what was that? What was that animation? That time you've been subscribed for 4 months, you want to share your 4-month anniversary, displays 0-month message. Yeah, that one's pretty strange. I really don't want to counter this. I guess I'm probably meant to, though. They're just gonna die really quickly if they don't have access to that life gain. We don't need to protect the Trickster from removal. If they're, like, killing the Trickster, they aren't killing the Djinn, right? Oh, I guess I could have tapped that Branch Walker. Awkward. So I should just attack to start. I could, like, opt into another Obsession, but I could also draw into, like, another Tempest Djinn that I want to cast. Dive down. That's so busted. That's so incredibly busted. Did we just draw the best card in Standard? Obsession hit them that time. I mean, that's what's really happening, right? They've just updated the animation to be more accurate. Your opponent's really dying to the Curious Obsession. Okay, so we cut the Pierces, we cut the Herald, we want the Strokes, we want the Melodies. I'm still not 100% Melodies good, but definitely want the Essence captured too. I think I was boarding out a land on the draw earlier. I know, right, Skeptimist. Like, they understand what's up. I had treasure maps in my sideboard yesterday. I just never wanted to board them in. I'd probably want to board them in against control. But they're, like, probably worse than Jace Cunning Castaway against control, so I don't know. I'm still not 100% on this card against their deck. I've boarded it in like 3 matches now, and the only thing I've ever stolen is Llanowar Elves. Which admittedly is pretty nice to steal, but... I may have stolen Llanowar Elves like 3 times. It seems to keep happening somehow. You think Walker's so important that you need it? Yeah, I've not really had a Wild Growth Walker game actually come up. So that is a fair point. Yeah, that makes sense, Skeptimist. I agree with that reasoning. I guess I might as well fire off this opt. There's like a world in which they take the opt, right? Am I being silly? I might be being silly. No, whatever. Have your stupid duress. Deny them the info that the opt would get. If they take the opt, I think I'm okay with that. Just like the rest of my spells seem pretty obnoxious for them. Now they don't know what the op's gonna find. So they have less info to work on. This one is fine. We can set up to protect our Djinn from a Chupacabra with this, I guess. Certainly not exciting, but I think I'm gonna keep it. Huh. Alright. Please don't have the flaying tendrils effect, whatever it's called. Cry of the Carnarium would be brutal. Oh wow, that's an absurd draw. I guess I'm no longer casting this Tempest Djinn. With Retort in hand. Can like just fight over whatever they cast here. My shirt. I'm glad you like it. I think it's pretty great. Has like a butterfly pattern on it. I'm not sure how well this is showing on camera. Has like a butterfly pattern on it. I think it's kind of pretty. It actually grows, it glows in UV light, which is sick. More counterspells, I know, right? More literal counterspell. I don't know that the Chupacabra is even that important, but I guess I just do this. They have a counterspell of their own. Ah, cute. Definitely countering this. Pteramander gets to grow up pretty soon. Dear God, can we draw another land? Like, okay. I guess I just attack for 2. I think I'm gonna cast the Djinn. It lets them kill it. They have like another Chupacabra. Should be awkward. I guess I'm just gonna do this. They don't have the Chupacabra, we just killed them so fast, so... Oh, land is amazing. I'm actually really okay with this. We just like having more mana when we have these melodies in hand is really nice, right? And the Pteramander in play too. I guess we just want to level up the Pteramander, then we have Stormtamer protection to kill them. Over 2 turns in the air. Yeah. This is great. We have Stormtamer to protect our Terry. If they draw a Crisis, we can steal it. And they just die then. This matchup feels absurd. Like, we keep crushing it. None of these games have felt that competitive. Now you're always going to think Pteramander's name is Terry. It's clearly Pteramander's name. I should put on my other light. It's like a little bit dark in here. Also, since Gabrov commented on the shirt, here is like a close-up of it. It's so nice. I kind of love it. I don't know. When it like glows in the dark in like UV light, it's like the prettiest thing in the world. Sneep. Easiest keep of my life. I guess we don't have a dive down, but you know, can't ask for everything. This hand is nice. I probably was Amy. It's like one of my favorite shirts. This hand, yeah, this hand is something. Shirt score 10 out of 10. Thank you. Appreciate you. Alright, let's get this party started. Please don't have a Plague Crafter. Now we just get to hold open Spell Pierce. / opt. That one's like a bit annoying. Except for the bit where we have a Phyrexian Arena in play. Alright, hit you for 2. You'll be calling them Terry from now on. It's just clearly its name. Fits so well. This deck is like the littlest bit miserable. I adore it, and I'm really enjoying playing it, but it's also the tiniest bit miserable. When you just look at hands like this and you're like, my opponent has to keep playing this game for 5 more turns. Like... It's amazing, I love it. I'm having a blast. Oh yeah, Mono-Blue is sweet. I played it a bunch over Christmas. Actually. I really enjoyed it. But now obviously it's just way more powerful. It's called Nihilism, isn't it? Mono-Blue Nihilism, sorry. Mono-Blue Nihilism. I don't know, Bobbin. I need to have a think about that. Alright, Spell Pierce your Vivian, tap your Wild Growth Walker, level up my Terry, and you're dead on turn 6. This is great. This is great. I'm still not convinced these entrancing melodies are actually good here, but I guess I'm going to keep trying them. I don't know, Dockerboy. I don't know. It's a good question. The bad draws are really bad. You get a lot less bad draws now, though, in Jactilio, because Pteramander is, like, another threat that can actually win on its own. Like, part of the problem before was you had Curious Obsession and you had Tempest Djinn, but if you didn't draw either of those cards, you'd struggle. Whereas now you have Pteramander too. I think that could be reasonable, Castillo. I don't think I would do it, but... Like, I think Spell Pierce is just much more powerful than Quench. And, like, Quench is obviously more versatile, but you can't have too much soft counter magic that goes dead in the late game. Yeah, Entrancing's good versus Crisis. I also think it's, like, pretty decent against Llanowar Elves, and I think it's decent against Wildgrowth Walker. But honestly, I've yet to have Wildgrowth Walker do very much against me. So maybe that's just not a thing. Because the thing is, now you have all these Essence captures in your deck. Even if the Wildgrowth Walker resolves, you can just, like, counter the Explore stuff a lot of the time. So I don't know. I'm gonna respect a cast down here and just untap. It's like pretty rough if we work on our land drop, but island, please. God damn. I'm gonna try and hit a land. I think hitting a land is really good for us. So, oh my god, not like this. Alright. We're not casting Melody forever, right? Guess we're not casting a million Stormtamers either. Maybe we want Melody later to steal a Crisis and get it out the way. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they have cast down either, based on that. I agree. They might have Raska's Contempt now, though. Which I guess I meant to respect and just, like, draw an island soon, please. Please give me an island. Thank you, deck. You are great, and I love you. What's going on? We are embracing the nihilism that is Mono-Blue. It is delightful. Alright, can I either play a Stormtamer to protect my Terry? Or I can hold open Disdainful Stroke. I think I just want to, like, make sure my Terry can't die. Although I guess Disdainful Stroke hits a lot of answers to this. Stormtamer hits the biggest stroke target, yeah. I guess I'm just gonna cast this. I'm not 100% on this. It's kind of nice that this lets us fire off an opt on their end of turn. Wow. Huh. I mean, that's a nice one to Melody later on down the line. Interesting. I really want to hit land drops, so I'm just going to keep that. How many spells are in my grave? We only have 3, sadly. So I guess I just want to do this so my Terry can hit them. And I think I want to hold back Stormtamer to block the Thief. I guess. How does one beat this deck? Every time you play against it, no matter what you're on, you just seem to get buried by 1 drop into Obsession plus dive down. Play more 1 mana interaction if you want to beat this deck. One mana interaction is very good against this deck. Stuff like Deadweight, Shock, etc. Edicts are also good, so cards like Plaguecrafter. What am I doing? I don't really want to get hit by this thief. Yes, I'm just passing the turn. If they manage to kill Terry, at least we get to, like, Melody the Thief. Then. you're fairly convinced Drake's is the best deck in the format right now. I think it's decent. I don't know, I wasn't having great results with it when I tried it out, but I also didn't know exactly what I was doing when sideboarding and stuff with that deck. Feels like kind of a learnt art. You're living your second best life. The best life does involve Nexus. Maybe we should have one copy of Nexus in Mono-Blue. Just so I can always live my best life. Oh. Hydroid Krasis. I kinda just want to stroke that, because then I can just Melody the Thief. And that seems really strong to me. Because I need to get the Thief out the way at some point, right? I know I can also just Melody the Krasis, but I think this works out really nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never stroke a jellyfish, they'll sting you. I'll have to remember that. I don't want to get stung. Alright, this could tapping out could definitely go badly. Could definitely go badly. What about finality? Yeah. Huh. This is a tough turn. I don't know how many finalities are even left in versus us though. I do have the mana to activate Terry. I think I'm just gonna steal the Thief. Things can definitely go wrong here, but I really don't want this to connect with me. If they finality me, then we still have just like loads of spells in hand to rebuild. Okay, they have finality in. That is fine. We still just get to like dump a bunch of stuff here and rebuild really fast. How many spells are in our yard now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to make sure this doesn't die to a finality, which I can actually do. There's only 3 mana to activate. You lost to Red-White Skargan Helga in Limited. The old Boros deck. I'm gonna get you. Boros too strong. This card doesn't really matter, I guess. And having info on what they're drawing next turn is actually really nice. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't do anything, so we can make Terry a 5/5, and anything they return, we can, like, counter or tap out the way. So it's actually fine. That one's nice. I don't think getting the Trickster in play does anything. I'm just going to use my mana on Terry right now. Action, nice. Make another Terry. Seiko. My teammates were telling me that like Mono-Blue couldn't possibly be good against Bug because now Bug has Krasis. This Krasis kind of didn't do anything. Just like costed them a turn's worth of mana. Is this a one mana adaptation now? Sick. Letting it resolve and then trickstering is That's a fair point, Shops. I have to improve my BM game with this deck. I'm not BMing enough. Clearly. Come on, let's get the 5-1. We got the 5-0 yesterday. I really want the 5-1. God, I love this deck. Maybe I am just gonna play this. Like, I'm not too emotionally invested in this RPTQ, because realistically I'm like either very likely to hit gold or able to attend off my silver invite or whatever. I do kind of love playing this. Mainly because it makes me feel like a terrible person. Right, we don't have a threat here, but we have 2 ops. I think I'm meant to keep this. If we find a threat, we're so good at protecting it, and we have some interaction. Nexus also probably makes me a terrible person, if we're being completely honest. I'm under no illusion about that. Alright, we just need a creature. I'm gonna keep it. Hey, good draw. I don't know, Love Jane. This is like really hard to make yourself take a pile of 1-drops and Curious Obsessions to a tournament. But I agree that it's probably a perfectly fine deck. I really want to Obsession. I really don't want to grow this Wild Growth Walker though. I think I'm just meant to attack and pass. If I draw the land of Obsession, I can literally never lose, but I think I can afford to wait a turn or 2 before going for that. Because my hand is quite strong. Yeah, sorry, I was actually thinking of it being like a Delver deck earlier. I don't disagree. It kind of is in some ways. Like we haven't seen a deck like this in Standard for so long, right? It's really interesting. What? Resolves, I guess? This means I get to cycle my opt to hit my land drops here, which is great for me. So I just want to hit my 3rd land drop so I can safely Obsession. Now they're likely to chump block, I guess. It was an aggressive Crisis. I guess they just figured they had to play something to the table against our deck, rather than spend their turn doing nothing. But it's definitely not the most impressive Crisis I've seen in my life. Get spell pissed. Would I say Mono-Blue Devotion was like this? No, I agree with with Skeptimist that it was much more Merfolky. Mono-Blue Devotion. Like, Blue Devotion didn't really have much of a tempo thing. It just like made a big board, a bunch of threatening creatures, and was able to like push them through your defenses really well and make you trying to block pretty irrelevant. Opponent once again foolishly attempting to cast spells. God, this deck is so obscene. Oh. finality. Alright, so they're dead to Curious Obsession. Off the top. Yes, that's not the worst. Double dive down probably seals it, if we're being honest. Dive down, yeah, exactly, Prometheus. It's just like a really strong draw there. Alright. I'm still not convinced I'm meant to be boarding these both in. I'm still just going to keep trying them. So far they've not been terribly good for me. So my inclination is that like maybe I'm only meant to bring one in, but I'm willing to keep trying them. Just trying to learn and see how cards feel. It really is, Robbie. Deck is very strong. I've been really pleased with it so far. Deck is like way better than you'd ever expect, right? It really is. Yeah, that's fair, Milkman, that's fair. This has like aspects of Delver. That definitely doesn't have all the aspects though. This had a second land, I would probably keep it. But... Alright, this is unexciting, but I believe it is a keep. I've had pretty good draws. Hey Lily, sometimes more. It does the Delver into Days Force draws really well. Exactly. That's the style of Delver it has. But like, it's definitely true that like if you play a Delver deck, you also have a bunch of games where you're like, I guess I'm just gonna use this Trickster to tap down the Ranger and save myself a bunch of life. If I was feeling really brave, I could tap the Llanowar Elves and hope to shut them off their third mana here. Okay. You 2/2 flyer is actually problematic. Jeez. It's actually kind of an issue, which is embarrassing. Huh. Never mind. Deck's great. If I cast this, they can Chupacabra it, but they don't have... They'd need to like have a second Black Souls hiding in their hand, and the Chupacabra. I think I just jam the gym and hope they don't have the answer. I'm kind of tempted to. It's like a bit awkward. Like, keeping this alive is so good. Is the problem. I kind of don't hate just firing off an opt and hoping we draw the land soon. There's no guarantee we're going to find a land. Alright, I think I'm pretty forced into doing this, as annoying as it is. To not, like, know that this is protected. I was probably meant to attack before casting this. Anyway. Or I could steal the elf. I actually did a lot of that off stream last night when I was playing this deck. Pseudo Stone Rain. Entrancing Melody or Llanowar Elf. Okay. That's a problem. We have encountered an issue. So I'm just gonna do this. Why are opponent's spells resolving? That's an excellent question. Maybe I could have just stolen the elf instead of cast the Djinn, because then like a removal spell isn't actually any good against me. I slow down their mana development for things like Vivian or more crises. Wow. Yeah. Alright. I think we're going to a game 3 chat. Game 3 indeed, yes. To be fair, the Entrancing Melody would have been quite good there, so that's interesting to note. If we hadn't been so behind at the time, I'd just like stolen the elf. Alright. Come on, this is for the 5-1. This is for the 5th win. Really want the 5th win. Believe this is a keep. Slightly awkward keep, so you don't have an early creature, but it's definitely a keep. They do not have a Lanoa elf, which is great news. I need lands for the Djinn, but I also need early creatures for this obsession. So I think I'm gonna bottom. Sick. Now if I draw a 3rd land, I get to go Curious Obsession, hold open Essence Capture, which is really heckin' strong. Yeah, that's amazing. Alright, I think we're just like huge favorites now. Yeah, this is fully disgusting. I can hold open Essence Capture, or I can just play my Stormtamer to protect Terry from like normal removal. They can resolve an Explore creature to pump their Wild Growth Walker, but I don't think that matters. As long as we're drawing 2, don't lose to Golden Demise. It's a fair point. I kind of want to play the Stormtamer so they can't cast on me. If they have Cry of the Carnarium, doesn't the life gain matter? I don't think it does if we're drawing 2 cards a turn. I think as long as this stays alive, I'm not sure the life gain's too big an issue. It's like annoying-ish, but if they have Cry of the Carnarium, we basically lose the game here. But I don't think I can play around that. I think just losing our 2 Pteramanders would already be too brutal for us to come back from. So I think I just want to jam. They're gonna gain 6 life, which is like, you know, annoying, but I think we're gonna be fine. Because we're drawing 2 cards a turn. Drawing cards, I'm told, is strong. Sick. So now we can counter a Cry of the Carnarium. I wouldn't have minded drawing a land there, but we're in an amazing position now. Game's over now. I certainly hope so. How many of the bounce one? Those are all on our sideboard. I didn't bring any of them in here. I think they're like pretty bad against our opponent. Because their deck's like slow and clunky enough that I can just afford to their deck's slow and clunky enough that I think I can just afford to try and counter everything after the Wild Growth Walker, rather than try and deal with the Wild Growth Walker. Stormtamer, right? No, I might end up sacking my Stormtamer to keep the Pteramander alive, was my thinking, because I didn't have the dive down in hand yet. And I think if we ever adapt even one Pteramander, the game's probably over, so... I can hit us for a bunch here. I really want to hit my land drop, so I think I'm meant to just fire this off. Sick. Hydroid Crisis. Keep growing this. So they get to put us to 5, so we do have to block one of those next turn or draw like a tap effect, but we have 6 damage coming across. We have 5 spells in yard, so it's free to adapt Terry. I don't even know that I want to cast this Obsession. I kind of want to try and just draw a land so I can go Tempest Djinn plus Retort. Oh, could leave the 4/4 on defense. That is really good. Jeez. So we'd hit them for free, put them to 12. Next turn we'd have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'd be 1 short. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that line leaves us 1 short. I don't know that I love it. I could just leave the Stormtamer on defense. In which case we hit them for 4, 5, put them to 10. And then like adapting this plus casting Obsession would kill them. Alright. Cool. So I think I just cast the Djinn. It like both blocks and is like another super lethal threat next turn. And as long as I have 1 layer of protection open, I think I'm going to be good. I kind of just want to kill them over 2 turns if I can. I guess there's no rush. But I don't see any reason not to try and kill them over 2 turns. Like, if we just draw like 3 islands in a row from there, we're not even we're not necessarily in a position to survive for more than that. Anyway, that was sick. Got the 5 and 1. Got some nice rares here. Add to the collection. Deck is sweet. I think I am really tempted to play this at my RPTQ. I am really enjoying this deck. I'm still not 100% on what the 75 should look like. But very exciting rares. I mean, they're not like that exciting, but they help complete my collection, which is what I care about. I want to have a 100% collection on here at some point. So I'm still not 100% on what the list should look like. I'm getting a bit more comfortable with it though. Replace all the obsessions of Arcane Flights and run it back on hard mode. Hey, Arcane Flight on a Merfolk Trickster shops. It's nice. That's what it is.